Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Saturday, August the 2nd. There's a meetup today, so if you're, hanging around for a live stream and thinking, man, I wish I had a live stream to watch, the meetup starts at 5 o'clock, so a little bit after that, I would think we'll probably have a live stream on the channel here, run by my lovely wife, and documenting my ability to keep up or not keep up with the kids that are less than half my age, playing street hockey. So I'll do my best. It's a nice sunny day out. It's not too hot though, so it should be nice. It should be good. And because we start at 5 o'clock, there should be plenty of shadows across the court as well. So yeah, should be a fun one. And then if anybody's a wrestling fan, tomorrow we will be doing a live stream on the Entertainment Guy for night 2 of SummerSlam. I obviously won't be watching night 1 as I'm going out to play street hockey, but night 2, that's the big night anyways. So stay tuned and come over and watch the live stream on the Entertainment Guy. The good news being that, I have the computer hooked up through an Ethernet, so all the Wi-Fi stuff that we had problems with, that's not a problem anymore. So, news of the day, starting at the top of the board, Nick Robertson is no longer going to arbitration. The Leafs are not going to arbitration, and nobody's going to arbitration. So I apologize to any arbitrator that was ready to take these cases up because they weren't needed. NHL teams getting their paperwork all in order, and Robertson signs a contract 1 year with the Toronto Maple Leafs. It carries a cap hit of $1.83 million. What this does is it sets him up to be a restricted free agent next summer as well. This leaves Toronto with $1,919,722 in cap space, according to Puckpedia. So there's still some cap space there. One good thing about this summer, and I know it's been slow, I feel like last summer was more slow than this summer, though. Last summer there wasn't even rumors of anything, it was just dead. But this summer, a lot of teams still have cap space. So I think there's still movement that's going to happen because there's cap space. Maybe it'll be closer to training camp. Maybe teams will get into training camp, look at their roster, look at what's going on in the ice and go, we need something to shore things up. We'll see. Laferriere is no longer a restricted free agent. He signs an extension with the LA Kings. 3-year extension, $4.1 million cap hit. Laferriere, a player that I've been a fan of with the Kings for the last few years. I think this is a very fair cap hit for Laferriere, who had a strong year, and I think there's still more there. This leaves the Kings with $2,668,333 in cap space. So another team that has the space to maybe make a move if they want to. We'll see what the LA Kings do from here, but Laferriere's contract is done. So I'm sure they're happy about that. I'm sure Laferriere is as well. So the Olympics are on the way, and Team Canada's invites getting out, and 42 players getting the invite for the men's team for Team Canada, and Celebrini and Bedard of the San Jose Sharks and Chicago Blackhawks, respectively, get invites to the Olympic team. I am perfectly fine with the Olympic team bringing in as many young players as they want to. I know that they will probably steer themselves more towards the veteran players, but I would love to see Celebrini and Bedard both get a chance to play for Team Canada at these Olympics. I think that young, speedy players are a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see what they do. One change that will not happen with this team is the goaltending. They're keeping the goaltending the same as from Four Nations. So Jordan Binnington, Aiden Hill, and Sam Montembeault. So those are your 3 goaltenders for Team Canada. That's not going to change unless there's an injury, and then it'd be a matter of who they would bring in if there was an injury. But at this point in time, those are the 3 goaltenders. And one issue I've had at times with Team Canada, whether it's Olympics or whatever it is, sometimes I do feel like they kind of get that tunnel vision a little bit with their roster, and this is what we want, this is what we're getting. And when it works out, it looks really good, but at other times, not necessarily quite so much. So let me know your thoughts on Team Canada and going with the same goaltending from Four Nations, which ultimately was successful, but there were definitely some speed bumps along the way. Roger McQueen, one of the drafted players from this past June, not a huge surprise here. He is opting to commit to Providence College this year, so he'll be playing in the NCAA. There are a number of players from this year's draft going to the NCAA. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. A lot of these guys need to add strength. They're getting to play against men in the NCAA without playing that really speedy game we get in the National Hockey League, and they don't want to end up in that no man's land where they can't go to the AHL. They have to go back to juniors. They're not quite NHL ready, so playing in the NCAA makes a lot of sense. McQueen dazzled a bit in the rookie showcase at the start of July there in Anaheim. He turned some heads. I know there was that scrimmage with him, and not scrimmage, like practice, like running, just skating around the ice with Seneca, and he was out skating Seneca and kind of out stick handling Seneca. So we'll see how McQueen does eventually, but we won't find out this year. We will not find out this season what McQueen's going to be able to do. Colangelo. So there might be an extension in place for Colangelo and Washa as well. It's interesting because these were reported yesterday by the Ducks, and then they disappeared. So by the time this goes live, maybe Colangelo's extension's in place. Colangelo's the one that's on the board because I think he's going to play for them right out of training camp. I think he's going to be in the lineup. And getting him signed, getting that done means get McTavish signed. A lot of rumors right now around McTavish. I'm not reporting on him because it's the usual suspects with teams. I think there's a lot of wishful thinking in the Canuck fandom. For instance, I don't think McTavish is going to be had for the kind of price that I've been seeing with we can give him a couple of these guys and maybe a draft pick. I don't see Anaheim going for that. McTavish is the real deal. And I think McTavish is on the verge of a very good season in the NHL. So I would be very surprised to see the Ducks move him. I'd be very surprised to see him sign anywhere else. And so we'll see if getting Colangelo done means that McTavish is up next. I would think so. Pat Verbeek's had a pretty good summer. I don't see any reason why he won't be able to get McTavish done. Lauko has signed in the Czech League, so will not be playing in the National Hockey League this year. He's been useful as a fourth line forward, bounced around the league a little bit, so all the best to him, and who knows, maybe when he's done in the Czech League, he comes back over and plays in the NHL again. It has happened before. I'm sure it will happen again with European players. So all the best to Lauko in the Czech League. Good news for Columbus fans. Caden Lindstrom has had a good summer showcase, so that wraps today. Canada against the U.S. and Finland against Sweden. And for Lindstrom, that's important because he did miss, I think it was a whole regular season in the WHL. And he did come back. He did play in the Memorial Cup. And so getting into some games and getting to play with top-notch talent like here at the Summer Showcase is great. We'll see how long it is before he makes his debut for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I would think that having missed as much time over the last 12 months as he has with hockey, he may need some more run-up time before he's NHL ready. But this is, I think, really good news for Columbus that he's impressed at Summer Showcase, and that should lend itself to a pretty strong training camp, etc., etc. And hopefully he's in the Columbus lineup sooner rather than later. A Columbus team that could very well end up being a playoff team this year. We shall see. Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau's passing has led to some really good news stories. And those good news stories that come out of that tragedy, they're important. So a 5K was organized, and it raised over $500,000. So excellent job by everybody here. And this will allow them to break ground on an accessible playground at the special education school where Johnny and Matthew's mother works. So this gives money, this money goes to a good cause, and it's going to help kids. And it's going to, you got to think parents are going to be quite happy. And of course, the educators are going to be happy as well. So we continue to see these things around the Gaudreau name, which I think are uplifting, and it is important to find that some positive out of these tragic events. So all the best to those who donated, and so there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, to any goaltenders watching, if you're a street hockey goaltender, we'll probably need one today. So just throwing that out there. We've had 2 goaltenders for the last 2 meetups. I'd really like to have a third. because it's a long time to be wearing a lot of equipment in the sun. So it would be nice to have a third goaltender. And I think the 2 goaltenders would appreciate a third goaltender. But I'm just saying, if you have equipment, come on out and play at Hickey Park. Okay, thank you guys so much for all your support. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support all along the way and throughout the summer. We are now, 9.5 weeks from the start of the regular season? Yep, it'll be here before you know it. That being said, take care. I will talk to you again soon.